Got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at Sacramento, they want to turn it around after the loss to Denver. And just couldn't finish strong. They took a 4-point loss in that one.
And I really felt in watching that game that they needed to abandon the three-point shot. It wasn't there. The percentage was horrific, but yet they continue to try and knock them down.
And I really think that's what did them in. I mean, sometimes it's just not there for you on the perimeter, and you can't try to shoot yourself out of a bad shooting night from outside.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Kings, we've got Isaiah Thomas. Aldridge out there with Hill. Then there's Festus Ezeli, and it's Oladipo in at the 2. Now here's Thomas. Aldridge with a screen on Rose. Thomas dishes to Aldridge. Free throw line jump shot. And Boston with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
And that does it for the first quarter. And LaMarcus Aldridge, the franchise player on this team, without question. He talked about the response.
In every aspect, you know, it's a change.
Greg, does that acceptance come with putting a whole lot more pressure on yourself? And if so, what does that do to LaMarcus Aldridge's game?
And you know, Kevin, that's what's going to be so interesting to find out. Some players, you know, they really relish in that situation. They rise to that occasion. And others, I don't want to say they wilt under the pressure, but they're just not comfortable in that environment. And in the NBA, you get to do it on TV and in front of thousands in person.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And for the Kings guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
We've got Bogut. Rose is out there with Tony Allen. Then it's DeMarre Carroll. And it's Sanders in at the 4 slot. That's the Boston 5.
And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
Clarkson kicks to Aldridge. Stolen by Rose. Knocked loose. Good if it goes. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay.
And we're through the first half of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a... And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Nice game. Great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
Just a quality performance. And, you know, we do expect to see that from him. And he's always setting the bar high for himself. And sometimes I think we just kind of get numb to how good this guy really is.
And, Greg, you know how it was as the marked man when you were playing on great teams in your past. It's hard to perform when everybody's locked in on you. Be able to play like he has when you have a reputation of being the guy, that's impressive.
On the court for Sacramento. Aldridge out there with Festus Ezeli. Then there's Oladipo. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. And it's Hill in at the small forward position. They grab their own miss. And the rejection by Ezeli. Here's Thomas. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Kings shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. That free throw good from Thomas. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Boston. Bogut comes in for Fareed. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Perkins, he's checked in for Azili. Markieff Morris comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Solomon Hill. And it's Clarkson in for Oladipo. Bogut sets a screen for Carroll. To the paint. Passes it to Rose. Hibbert with a screen on Thomas. There's Rose with the three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Oh, big three right there. I mean, I've got to say, defensive breakdown, no doubt. They've got to have a bigger man on him.
Thomas goes in, and Hibbert with the block. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Here's Sacramento now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. We've got Allen. Jordan is out there with Kenneth Fareed. Then it's DeMarre Carroll. And it's Rose in at the point guard position. That's the Boston 5. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Yes!
I tell you what, this is the white-hot version of Derrick Rose right now.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're trailing by 1. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. As this game enters winning time, and it really could go either way, he wanted the chance to check in. Make sure they're all on the same page and sticking to the game plan to close it out. Kevin?
And as always, Doris, thank you. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Jordan, the pass to Allen. Jordan sets the pick for Allen. This is to Fareed. It's stolen by Hill. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They trail by 3. 9 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick 2. I think they've got to look for quality.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan player, LaMarcus Aldridge. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before. And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K.